Hello there, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. My name is Johnny Alchemy from johnnyalchemytarot.com, and welcome to your February 2021 Tarot Forecast reading. I hope the month of January went well for you and was a great start to the new year. So let's look into the month of February and see what the cards may have to say for you. This is going to be a general reading, so some messages may apply. Take that as your wisdom and guidance from the universe. Anything else that does not apply is probably a message meant for someone else. So thank you so much for your openness and understanding. I greatly appreciate it. And so let's look into the cards and see what messages they have for you for the month of February 2021. Two cards. Excuse me. Okay. So right in the center of your reading, we have the Six of Wands here. So there's probably some type of personal success that you could be experiencing now or possibly can experience for the month of February. Six of Wands, I love this card. It's talking about victory. You know, this man, he goes off on horseback. He goes off somewhere else to make a journey on his own, to find out something great about himself. Then he returns back to his hometown, his sense of home, whatever that is, and he's meted by all these people waving these wands of, you know, just cheering him, praising him, you know, giving him some type of justification. And on his wand that he carries, he has that that wreath, that laurel right there, saying that he was victorious in his journey. So here there's something telling me that there is some type of personal success or victory that you could experience. Let's look a little bit further into that because I want to see what that is. So we also have Four of Cups here. We got this before in someone else in one of the other Zodiac readings for this month. The Four of Cups. Possibly in the past, you maybe were very hesitant to really take on this journey. You were probably even feeling a little bit low in energy or not wanting to take on any type of new opportunity. I mean, this Four of Cups, it's talking about stability, but it's actually really talking about creating that stability for yourself in that emotional aspect. Because there could have been something emotional holding you back from wanting to really attain or hold responsibility or to take that type of power, to take on that type of success or journey toward that victory. You know, this Four of Cups here, this person is looking at all these different cups, really reflecting and contemplating their situation, and a new cup is being offered to them, but they are not into it. They don't want to accept it. They are despondent and unwilling to receive that new cup until they reflect and make sense of what's gone on in the past or the present moment. So here, there could have been some type of emotional experience that could have held you back, where you needed to make sense of everything. It could have been a disappointment. It could have been something that that was negative, but ultimately you've learned from it, and you've learned to accept that new cup from spirit, to accept that new opportunity from the universe, so that you can experience this victory and success now in your current life. Or if this hasn't happened for you yet, it could just happen for you during this month as well. Possibly, we also have the Page of Pentacles right here. So it's possibly, for a lot of you, this could be somewhere in terms of a business, a job, a side hustle, in terms of your health also. So this is something on the physical plane that you're trying to manifest. So if you've been really trying to start a new business or make money doing some type of side work of any kind, or just trying to improve your personal wellness or health, whatever that may be, that you may start to find success in it. That before, maybe you found a lot of difficulty in understanding what it took to make that happen. Maybe you lacked a few skill sets. Maybe you lacked a certain understanding or of the steps needed to create that type of success in your current moment. So it's telling you that you've learned all those things from this emotional process. You maybe could have come across any type of resistance or challenges that really held you back and could have affected you emotionally, but you've internalized them. You tried to make sense of them and understand, okay, it didn't work out for me, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to understand what is needed to make this happen. What are the tangible steps in order to manifest my dreams into something physical? So I love that because, again, I can almost see here, with this Four of Cups, that water energy, not only our emotions, but it talks about our dreams, our fantasies, our passions, our creativeness, the things that we dream and fantasize about, that we want to make into a reality. So here it's almost saying that, you had all these dreams and ambitions, and maybe you took an initial journey to make it happen and it didn't work out. But then you had to understand, okay, I didn't expect for any of that to happen. Maybe I really was a little bit underprepared for it. So what can I do now? What did I learn? What did I learn from this? What did I learn from those experiences and those emotions that I'm feeling right now to make it better, to make it happen for me, to start manifesting these abstract fantasies and dreams into something real? And if this does resonate with you, you could be met with a lot of great success from this. So let's move on. Let's look at some more cards. So I want to go underneath this Four of Cups here, because it seems like that's the beginning of things. So that Four of Cups, again, underneath that Four of Cups, we have the Strength card. So here it's saying that you've learned from these emotional experiences. This Strength card is saying that you have tamed the beast from within. So this beast, these represent our volatile emotions, our raw reactions to life. It could be frustration, it could be anger, it could be lashing out at other people, it could be being very short with people and very temperamental and just very trigger happy with our emotions, to just lash out. So this is saying that you've learned to tame those emotions, to tame that wild side within all of us with love, with compassion, with this divine feminine energy. She's not taming this beast through force, through willpower. She's doing it with love, with empathy, with compassion. So you've learned to give that to yourself. You understand that, you want to make something happen. You want to create something successful for yourself. But the times where it does not happen, and the times where it may be very challenging, or you may fail at certain things, you learn that that is not something that you have to take personally. It's something where it's a growing experience for you, and you've learned to cultivate that love from within, that self-love from within, that compassion for within. You're not judging yourself. You're understanding, okay, this is new to me. I'm a human being. I'm allowed to fail, but this is also an opportunity to learn. So here, this Strength card is a very wonderful thing, seeing that underneath this Four of Cups here, because it's saying that you've taken any type of failure or disappointment as an opportunity to learn something deeper about yourself and to change your reality, and understand that this is a process. It's not something that will always just be given to you so easily. And so let's see here. We also have underneath that Page of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles here reversed. So here, again, it's almost saying to me that, usually, this ace, this pentacles being given to you by spirit, is almost saying that, that you've let go of this tangible, abstract idea of what it is, of what this dream was to you. You've let that go. You've let go of the idea that this is something up in the air. This is something that is just in your mind that you dream about or fantasize, and you're letting go of that. It's no longer something that is intangible. You've moved on to the next step, where you're making it something tangible. You're making it something real. And so here it's kind of saying, it's funny because it's the same imagery. You see this wonderful pentacle being given to you by spirit. And also in the Four of Cups here, you have a cup instead being given to you by spirit. And this was in the upright. So this is saying to you, you had this idea. This is like the result, the outcome of your dream that you wanted, but it was in the reversed. It was saying that, maybe it wasn't in proper alignment. We can say that we want to get rich, but do we know how to get there? Do we know what it takes to get there? Do we have the steps, the fortitude, the knowledge, the skills to really make that happen? Most of us, when we want to dream, we don't have those skills yet. We don't have that knowledge, but it's a learning lesson to make that happen. So instead of just having this fake idea, this fake idealistic dream, it's giving you something concrete now. So it's actually giving you this container, this chalice with water. It's almost giving your dreams, that water energy, a form to sit in. It's giving you something tangible for you to hold your dreams and emotions and fantasies in, so that it can become something real instead of something just abstract. And so what else do we have? We also have the King of Pentacles, and this is right underneath that Six of Wands energy, right in the middle of your whole spread. So this is telling me that if this really is something in terms of business, money, job, health, whatever it is, that you will find true success and you will find some place of power in your life and control with that endeavor. So here, this is telling me, and you go from this Page of Pentacles here, from someone very new trying to learn something, where you can start to feel very empowered from your process and to find a new up-leveling or of some kind or some type of surge of success in that endeavor. It could be something that you gain monetarily. It would be something that you've been saving up to gain something material in your life, or even just to improve your personal health. So here, there's something great to be had in that, in terms of having this card underneath that Six of Wands talking about success. You could find a lot of abundance from this. You can find a lot of wealth in many different aspects in your life from this journey. And it all started from, again, learning from the failures, learning from where you felt disappointed, reflecting and contemplating on those so that you can learn and you can cultivate yourself and to support yourself through that process. And you come back stronger than before versus weaker, and you're not giving up. So let's look on to the Oracle cards and see what they have for you. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's start off here. Chaos and conflict. Again, as I said, if this does resonate with you and you have been on a new journey lately, something where you want to, something on the more physical material plane where you want to increase your wealth or abundance or health of some kind, and you came across any type of difficulty. That's the chaos and conflict of life. That's the chaos and conflict of any process that is worthwhile in our life to make dreams happen. So here, this chaos and conflict, it is the things that we experience, obviously, when we fail or feel like that we are met with some type of challenge and we can't solve it right away, but is the natural course of what goes on with any type of process that is worthwhile, anything that is truly meaningful to us. So chaos and conflict is something that helps us grow. It is not, of course, it is something that holds us back, but it's ultimately something where it gives us awareness, where we have to say, okay, I'm met with a challenge. I don't know the solution yet. I don't have the skill set yet, but how can I attain that? How can I find a solution to this? How can I make this happen? And how can I make this work? Because ultimately, this chaos and conflict is something temporary. It's not a dead end. I want that dream. I want that goal. I want that success in my life. So how can I make this work? And so again, this goes into this card, the higher power card. It's saying that a higher power has a reason and purpose for this chaos and conflict to appear in your life. Again, there's a greater purpose and meaning for everything. We just have to dig deeper and to connect with our highest self to understand what that purpose is. And sometimes that takes time. It takes moments of our life, sometimes for people years, depending on what it is, to learn the lessons and to learn why things happen. And again, if this is something that you have gone through in your journey, you may have realized this or maybe are going to realize it for some of you, because it ends in this King of Pentacles and successful type of journey to understand why things had to happen. Maybe because you had to gain new skills, new awareness, new understanding of what was needed to actually be done in order to manifest a dream. And ultimately, those things are going to help you in terms of making them a true reality and to make your dreams totally come true. So let's look at the final card. Let's see a word of wisdom or power. We have waiting. So as I said, it takes time to learn exactly the purpose of everything that goes on in your life. Just because we're met with chaos and conflict does not mean that it's the end. It means that we have something to learn. And we won't totally understand exactly why that happened in our life until we go through that process, not around it, not to distract around it or to be clever and work our way around it, but we have to go through that experience so that we can learn the lessons and purpose of why it had to happen, the reason why the higher power put that roadblock in our way. So here, waiting. Sometimes when we do want a dream, it's not going to be given to us easily at all. If it's something worthwhile in our life, we have to put in the proper amount of work for that to exist and to be created in our life. So it takes a process. It takes a waiting period. It takes understanding. It takes a lot of things, honestly, a lot of things to really make your dreams come true. You have to understand, are you willing to take the time and to put in the effort, and are you committed to put in all this time and effort to make it happen? So this is overall, I think, a very wonderful reading, because honestly, it shows that you've probably for some of you, you've overcome a lot of barriers, a lot of challenges, maybe conflicts that held you back emotionally from your dreams. And now that you have an opportunity here to really take back that success, to take back that opportunity that was given to you, and to come back with new awareness and a self-realized way of thinking to make it into something real, to really ground your dreams and expectations and aspirations into something tangible, to create a plan to make that happen. Let me just pull one more card, a card for your highest self in terms of advice, the Judgment card reversed. So here, this almost talks about when judgment calls us. It calls us for us to be reborn with new awareness of some kind. We go through this death process. As you can see here, we have all these people arising from a coffin, and they're all naked. So that means they're rising with like being reborn, being renewed. No bells and whistles. It's just them, authentically them. So this reversal card, this could be something where, as I said, if you came across any roadblocks or challenges during your journey, where you really felt like maybe this isn't my calling, maybe this isn't maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. This is telling me that you have overcome this process. You've overcome the personal judgments or criticisms that we put on ourselves, that are self-imposed when we are really trying to make something very personal in our life happen, to make our personal dreams a reality. And when things go wrong sometimes, we can take it very personally. We can take it very hard. And that's a natural reaction. But when that happens, we have the opportunity to respond, not just react, because reacting is that strength card, that volatility here, talking about that volatile lion energy to just react and be frustrated and to just have our primitive responses. You have the understanding now that you respond to these challenges. You don't just react to them, you respond to them. There's a big difference in that. Responding means that you are aware of them, they still affect you in some type of way, but you don't act basically on emotions. You try and act with the understanding of everything, of all the information given to you, of how to handle it, of how to make it work. And you could also let out some emotion too. You could totally be frustrated. You could totally take it personally, but that shouldn't be the end all be all of everything. So here, this Judgment card telling me that you've let go of personal judgment, that you've learned to face that honestly, and that you understand that sometimes that may be one of your biggest barriers, is sometimes we get in our own way, but you've learned to get over that. You've learned to see the higher power in all that chaos and conflict. I think these two cards are actually very beautiful to have. And you understand that this higher power is calling you for something greater, but you just have to move past all the challenges and to not go with your initial primitive or initial primal reactions. So overall, I think there's a great journey here for all you Sagittariuses out there in terms of especially something with business or something on that material realm to create some type of abundance or wealth or health, whatever it may be. But you've really transformed the idea of chaos and conflict into something that can motivate you, something that can give you awareness and higher thinking. And also connecting with your higher power to understand what the purpose of that was. So overall, I think this is a great reading. There's a lot of success to be had, especially with that Six of Wands in the middle of your reading. So if this did resonate with you, I hope it did on some levels, if not most levels. I hope it did, because it's a really great reading for you. If you like this video, don't forget to shoot me a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Would really greatly appreciate that. And also don't forget to click that notification bell to stay in touch for future videos. So I want to say thank you again for allowing me to read your cards. I very much appreciate that. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much, guys. Goodbye.